Welcome to Fatheer Fish and the Natural Aquarium. Well, hi there. Coming to you from our new portable station, which I can show you actually, because I've got a camera that's kind of independent. So this is what we're doing. We're in our shop, sitting here at our station that we just created. That I'm real excited about because I can move around the shop now and be able to show you every single little thing that's going on. So, isn't that cool? I think it's very cool. All right, there we are. And we got a new mic, and we got a new camera, and we got a laptop, and we're hardwired currently, but I can move the camera for most of the room. I got about a 10-foot cable on it, so I can get to the other side to show some of the small tanks. And mostly I can show you this, which is probably one of the cooler. Let's see, we gotta get around the wire here. One of our cooler tanks. Those of you who are around have seen Brenda show this off 100 times. But here it is again. This is our mini monster tank. This is where mostly all of the Central American and Malawi and Tanganyika cichlids live when they're still small. When they get big, they come out of here and go into a bigger tank. There are a few that could come out now. We don't have all that many in here. I am getting a bunch of dolphins. I think in about a week. I've got a customer who's been breeding them. He's bringing me about 25 dolphins. So I'm real excited about that. We'll be getting those in. So we're going to have some. That's just a really cool Tanganyika. I like the Tanganyikas. I'm trying to do more and more of them. So let me get this up a little. There it is. Is that right? Not bad. So, had an interesting call tonight from a fellow who is retired military. He was in the service for 35 years. And he works with veteran services and especially with PTSD illness. He was telling me that he's so excited about the Fatheer Fish system because it's not just natural, it's normal, and it's normalizing. And he's seeing it as a really great therapy tool for retired soldiers or soldiers who have been damaged, who have emotional issues or PTSD kinds of issues. He said one of the more popular therapies currently with these patients is beekeeping. And I can see that because beekeeping is caring for animals. It's a very sophisticated kind of thing. But not everybody can keep bees. But everybody can keep a fish tank. And the benefit of doing this is it teaches you to trust the world again, to trust nature, to trust life, to be comfortable in its presence, and to enjoy it, and to be able to meditate. So he's excited about promoting the specific uh, um, content and system that we've devised because it is so simple and basic. You're able to do something absolutely wonderful with a minimum of effort and a minimum of knowledge and experience for that matter. You don't need to be experienced to be able to do this. You can be a 10-year-old child. In fact, I've got a couple of 10-year-old kids who are starting out their very first tank as a Father Fish natural tank. And they're just as excited as they can be because it's working, it's successful, it's not causing stress, it's not something where they have to be rescuing it all the time. You heard, if you watch the recent video, you certainly understand that. That was taken from last week's live stream. Let's see. I'll tell you what I need to do here. I need to get into comments. We got a whole bunch of comments. So let's see who's here and what we're doing. We got 30 some people in so far. Hi guys. Let's see. Todd Sage says, hey. Share your referral link. That's a really important thing to do. You probably don't understand how important it is to share. Because what you're doing when you share is you're getting a YouTube channel onto another platform. And you may only have a few people who watch you on that platform, but by doing that, all of a sudden it's reaching countless more people than that it would never otherwise be able to reach. So it's, I try to do that as much as possible, but if you could kind of make a point of sharing something that you like, something interesting, particularly something involving Father Fish, on one of your other platform channels, one of your other accounts, Facebook or Twitter or X or wherever it is, it'll bring more people into our orbit, give them a chance to see what we're doing. And those who are of brave heart and whole mind will seek out more knowledge and wisdom and will take the leap and learn to do the miracle that we're performing on a regular and routine basis. So it's exciting. And it's something that I think it's something that we're coming to a deeper understanding of why it is there's so many people who say to me, I am so thankful you saved my life, you saved my hobby, you saved my marriage, you saved my relationship with God, you saved my mental health. Just this system has a way of bringing peace into people's lives. And isn't that why we try to do this? Because there's something about watching little animals in an environment that can be as natural as anything we could see in the wider world. Being able to see that and share that just brings an instant, what's the word? Decompression. A decompression. A sense of just taking a deep breath and getting totally focused on something totally outside yourself that is alive and moving and interesting, that you're caring for, but that nature itself is doing more caring than you are. I mean, you put it all together, but you put it together to allow it to be a little piece of nature. And it really is. And it really is wonderful. An absolute joy. I look at every little tank I've got and big tanks, and some of them are kind of messy. And because we're mucking around in them all the time, mainly selling plants and catching fish in them. But every single one of them have fish that are happy to be there. They're genuinely happy to be there. They're acting in ways that are not zipping up and down the glass. You know, when you see that, it's because the fish is stir crazy. It's in an environment that is so boring and so empty that it just wants to get away. And it seems like it ought to be able to go through that glass, but somehow it can't. It's an invisible barrier to the fish. So if there's something going on inside those four walls to keep it engaged, it will go mad and stop being a place of refuge and peace and serenity. It will be a place of stress, ultimately a place of grief, because it will die. It will not be happy. It will not be enjoying its environment. It will be trying to get away, or just being depressed about not being able to do anything to make where it is of any value at all. Think about that. How you would feel living in a glass box, maybe 20 feet in diameter, decent size, you could walk around in it, with some plastic furniture, some kind of a hard floor, a bright light that stayed on half of the day and then left you in the dark the other half. Occasional food that, while nutritious enough, I suppose, is so dreadful, tasteless, and boring that the only reason you eat it is to satisfy your craving, hunger. Not because you enjoy it, not because it's delicious, but because you're starving and it alleviates the starvation for a little while. How would you like to live like that? Why in the world do you want fish to live like that? They don't enjoy it any more than you would. Now, I'll grant you there are fish that get off on being around other fish. They just do. And they're a whole lot more interested in other fish than any decoration you put in the corner, including plants. So you can do that. You can keep Oscars and other big cichlids and other larger fish in a big tank. And if you got it adequately crowded, they'll get along with each other. They'll be interested in each other and they'll relate to each other, either through fighting or running or whatever it is they're going to do. But what a life is that? Not much of a life at all. And it doesn't have to be that way. You can provide your fish with a total environment that is so simple to do, so easy to maintain, so absolutely dependable that it becomes a joy, an absolute joy. So who else is here? Let's see. Yeah. Who is this? Oh, sure, Cornwall is here. Hey, Cornwall, nice to see you. I haven't seen you in that age or more. Let's see. And Sailor Ed says, action. Right you are. Looking good, sir. Thank you. It's a little hard to read this. Oh, it's Cornwall. Thank you, Cornwall. Christian saying hi, Ed. I'm working on it, Christian. I'm working on it. I'm trying to get all the paperwork caught up and all the other little things, including what I need to do for you. So I'm getting there. I'm getting there. We're getting there. It's coming along. Cells are picking up a little bit. We're breathing a little more easily. We had a catastrophe or near catastrophe over the weekend. We ordered plants, and normally we order them like on a, well, let's see, we order on a Wednesday. They're picked Thursday morning, packed Thursday evening, put on a plane, and we get them Friday morning. So they've been out of the pond for less than 24 hours by the time we get them, so they're super fresh. Well, the plane got stranded in Tuscaloosa or somewhere, Memphis, I think. Got stranded. Why it went to Memphis is who knows. But it was in Memphis. It was in Memphis Thursday night, Friday night, and then it was flown to BWI, Baltimore, Washington International Airport, Saturday morning. And it sat there Saturday night, Sunday night, and then was picked up by FedEx, by FedEx trucks on Monday morning, brought to the depot, and we went over and rescued it, brought him back and opened it. And it was not a complete catastrophe. We lost a few species of plants that were just done. Everything, however, was wilted. Everything. 4 days out of the water, I don't care what you're packed in. Everything was wilted. So we spent the rest of the day getting it all in water, trying to recoup and resuscitate what we could. That was Monday. Today was Tuesday. This morning, everything is looking better, substantially better. We've got another shipment coming in tomorrow morning, and that will give us the plants that we need for all of our specialty packs. So if you ordered one of the Overstock packs, and about 40 of you did, they're going to be going out tomorrow. So you'll be getting that. Tomorrow is Wednesday. It's 2-day air by UPS. So you'll get it delivered to your home on Friday. No reason for it not to be delivered on Friday. And they're pretty good. Occasionally they mess up, but it's very occasional. It's 1 out of every 500 orders or so. It's really not bad at all. Nothing is perfect. So this week's looking pretty good. We've got a lot of orders in, looking for a lot more. We're going to have a really busy week. It's going to be a really productive week. And we're going to get you guys some wonderful plants. So hang in there. We're on our way to you. See who else is here. This works a little better. Chew is here. Chew. And Chris, I wonder if Chew, that seems very familiar. I think it was, yeah, I think it was Hugh, H-U. Had a family from Cambodia come visit on Saturday. They drove 3 hours from Virginia to come visit. And there was a husband and his wife and their child. They were all, the child was young, about 2 or 3, born here in the States. Husband and wife are both from Cambodia. Lovely people, wonderful people. People who have been following us on YouTube for years, very excited to come up and be here. So we've made sure they got a few gifts, including a picture or two. It's so nice when that happens, and it really happens more frequently than you might expect. We had a couple of ladies drive here from Louisiana, I think Lafayette, Louisiana, a few months back. They drove all that way just to come to visit us, and then they left. They were here half an hour and turned around and drove all the way back home. It was amazing. We did lots of pictures and some little videos and whatnot. Had a nice time. I try to spend some extra time with people who have really put themselves out to come visit, so I can get to know them a little better. Very often it's people who have been following us for a while and are trying to take the next step to get to know Fatheer Fish and see his shop and tanks and learn a little more. So that was a wonderful experience, as it always is. Let's see. Oh, Allison, Sailor Red seen a still picture. Is anyone else? Called some charcoal in your filters in a planted tank. That's, it's an interesting question. Essentially, that's exactly what plants do. And if you think about it for a minute, that's exactly what charcoal is. Charcoal is plant material, burned out, hollow plant material, doing still, even in its death state, what it does best, which is to filter out the water. Now, it's not really filtering, it's absorbing and holding on to certain minerals and compounds and whatnot. It will reach saturation, and with charcoal, it's usually pretty quick, a matter of hours, day at the most. And it's no longer serving any function other than to be, in that case, a source of bacteria, which is not a bad thing. I like to break it into smaller pieces, put it in because it has more surface area and it can absorb more. Put it in a little pot where you can do a little more, and then give it to, when you're tired to look into it, give it to somebody who has a brand new tank, as a cleaner charcoal that they can put in their tank. But tell them first to dry it out. Just leave it lay out. Charcoal needs, it gets filled with its intended goal. It gets filled. And the other way to avoid that is to have someone who is using charcoal and keeping fish to share it. Because after a day or two, well, you can bake it at a fairly low temperature, like 200. You can bake it, and that'll clean it up pretty much. Or you can give some of it to a customer, and that'll work, and it'll, because you have nothing but carbonates in yours. By giving it to someone else, they're able to absorb the minerals and whatnot, some of the hardness out of your water, some of the compounds, once they dry it out, because that does recharge it a bit. All right, what else? Moving into a new apartment with my boyfriend. This is Rouge. I can't wait to make my first aquarium. Your videos have been helpful. Well, it'll be exciting, certainly, and we want to be able to share in that excitement with you. So be sure when you do get moved that you keep us posted. You can do so in our show. You can do it here in the live streams. You can make comments and videos. We follow them all. So you're not going to get lost, and you're not going to be without friends wherever you go in Fatheer Fish world. Is there risk keeping the tank near a window by the sun, like algae overgrowth? Algae, keep in mind that algae is never, I got to be careful I say this and mean it rather than say it just for saying it. Algae is never a problem in your tank. There. How's that? Algae is a plant. And it's a plant that's growing there because there is nutrition available to it. Get rid of the nutrition and the plant goes away. That's why algae will be there for a day and just ride the winds out of there, because it won't be it'll be obvious that there are no nutrients for it. And that's what happens with blackbeard. Somebody was talking about blackbeard earlier. The problem with blackbeard is there's no problem with blackbeard. It's a perfectly delightful plant. In fact, it's kind of a remarkable plant. What I find most remarkable about it is that the minute you start really enjoying it, it disappears. And the reason, of course, is very simple. It's an opportunistic plant, as are all plants, but the algae's even more so because they don't have the ability to retain energy. If their food source runs out, within a day or two, they start to die. They don't have sugars in reserve to call on to keep them going through the bad times. So, with the lights out for 2 days, most algae are on their last leg. By 3 days, they're done. But blackbeard algae is even worse because it occurs only when there's a very heavy supply, a very strong supply of nitrates. Its primary food source. But it gobbles them up so fast that it depletes the water column of nitrates. And wouldn't you know, the more nitrates it eats, the less there are. Even those who are duplicating themselves. Oh, these are gluttons, these blackbeard algae. They are gluttons, and they love nothing better than to eat all of that bacteria, all of those nitrates that are in there. Oh boy, is that good stuff. And they gobble them down until they're gone. Whoa! And they can't move. They're stuck. They're stuck, and there's food over there. I know there's food over there. I can smell it. I know it. And I can't get to it. Doesn't help. Doesn't help. Oh. So I look at this poor suffering blackbeard algae. Oh. And I say, okay. So I put a little power head and tank, just a tiny little one, just enough to move the water. And it, and it's eating again, and it's so happy. It's flourishing and shining and just being its bright black self, don't you know? And it gobbling and looking around at all the other plants that are eating their way through the nitrates. And, oh, it can eat faster than all the rest of them. So it's I got yours. I got yours. I got yours. I got yours. I'm eating yours. It's eating everybody's. Nitrates, it is everybody's. And before long, some of the other plants are getting hungry. They're getting hungry, and what do? Well, they're down in the substrate. They have roots, and guess what? They can pull food out from in the substrate, from way down underneath, and they start pulling it out. Oh, fix you! I'm gonna be just fine, and you're not. And the blackbeard said, "Yum yum yum, yum yum." I got it all now. It's all mine. I'm eating every bit of it. Yum, yum, yum. And it scarfs and scarfs and scarfs. And it looks so beautiful. And you suddenly look at and see it. You see it in a new way. It is wonderful. And you love it. You're so excited. The blackbeard algae is just stunningly beautiful. Look at it. It's so majestic. It's so stunning. It's so beautiful. And you could have been you dream of the blackbeard algae. And you wake up in the morning, brew a pot of coffee, and then walk over to your tank. And it's gone. It's gone. What happened? It's gone. What happened? It's not there. Look, I'm looking for it and I can't see it. It's gone. It's not there anymore. What happened? Well, call Father Fish and he will tell you that the Blackbeard algae did its job too well. And now there are no more nitrates. And they've got to start growing all over again. But not to worry. When all of your beautiful plants are absorbing all of the nitrates and the biological system is pumping them out in great, huge quantities, and everybody is thriving, and there's more than enough for all, then the Blackbeard will be back. It will be back. Have you heard about our new program to ensure that even the weakest among us, even the brokest among us, are able to acquire Father Fish plants at discount? There is a sale on. There is always a sale on. Well, by golly, we had an Overstock sale, and it's still going on for another 2 days. Today, Wednesday, and Thursday, and boy, is it cheap. Boy, is it. We don't sell another pack as cheaply as this Overstock pack. And I'll tell you, it's really nice plants. Nothing chintzy about these plants. Now, you don't know what you're going to get because it's Overstock. It's things we ordered too much of that are right at their peak, because that's when we sell our fish, at their peak. They're right at their peak. They're looking beautiful and stunning, and we simply have to get them out. And we got too many of them. So you're going to be the winner. You're going to benefit from a Father Fish Overstock pack. Wow. For only $45. How many plants do they get, Brenda? How many? I can't hear her. I can't hear her. She doesn't hear me. She's not listening. Brenda, how many plants do they get? She don't know. She's probably outside with her dog. You get 12. You get 12 different plants for only $45. Now, these are plants that normally sell for a minimum of $7 to $12.50 each. So you're getting, I don't know, $100 worth of plants for $45. Wow. Wow. What a deal. So come on along. Get your Overstock plant pack today, tomorrow, and Thursday. And then they'll be gone. But there will be something else. There's always something else. Deals. All the time deals. Deals we got. Yeah, right. What's going on here? Get it. Specialties and aquatics. Irushi. Who's it? J. Rowe. It's agitated, he says. It's agitated. Right, agitated. That's what it was. Agitated. I have a tank where all the fish are starting to flash pretty consistently and more often. Any advice on meds, or should I use salt? Flashing is usually a sign that the ick has invaded the body and not yet started to feed sufficiently to produce that tiny white spot. And they're trying to scrape them off. They got something on them. They're trying, eh. It's like itching and trying to scratch that itch. Eh, eh, eh. Never really works. Well, yeah, it works. Sometimes it works. Eh, scratching it off. So, what you want to do, very simple, very, very simple. Raise the temperature to 87 degrees. 87, that's 30 centigrade. 87 Fahrenheit. Raise the temperature and keep an eye on them. They should stop doing that in 2 to 3 days. If they still are and no spots have appeared, then you got another kind of problem that's going to require a deeper dive. And for that, you'll need to go to the shoal because you'll need some expert advice that is more than we can deal out in these live streams. You'll need somebody looking at your tank, studying your fish, coming back for a few days perhaps to check progress. You'll find a friend who will be there waiting for you to be your fish doctor. So when you have a problem you really cannot solve, visit the fish doctors on the Fatheer Fish Shoal. Oh, and there's so much more to do on the shoal. That's SHOAL, the shoal. So much more to do. You can brag about your new tank. You can chat with friends. You can do research. Oh, there's so much research going on. It's crazy. You can even have your very own channel where you can post pictures of your aquariums or your fish room. You can even do live streams once you reach a certain level and prove that you're a member in good standing. And you can become a fish doctor too, and that's how some of our fish doctors have become fish doctors, by coming in with a problem and learning and growing and developing the skills to be able to help others. It's a wonderful sight. We have right now about 17,000 members in our Fatheer Fish Discord, the shoal. You can get there, if you haven't, by going to fatherfishaquarium.com. fatherfishaquarium.com. And once you're there, then guess what? Once you're there, you can scroll down to all of the different places where Fatheer Fish is alive and well. Our store, our Discord, our YouTube channel, our Patreon, and we've even got more platforms that we're on, more places we can meet and greet and share and make friends. So come on along, be a part of this amazing community. You're gonna love it. I promise you, you're gonna love it. What else is going on here? So good luck with that, Motab. Do kick the temperature up right away. If it's not better in 2 days and you don't see spots, then get on the shoal and get some help. We need to look more deeply. You may have something else going on. It might be nothing. I had one friend who contacted me and said, my fish is flashing and I'm so worried about it. And we were chatting about it. I was asking, is it showing any signs? Is it weak? Is it anything showing on it? No, no, nothing, nothing. And suddenly I thought, huh, how long has it been doing this? Oh, golly. Um, I think about 6 months. Oh dear. So as gently as I could, I said, well, do you ever do you have a spot on your body that just every once in a while it just itches and you scratch it and it goes away? Then maybe a day or a week or a month later it's itching again. Oh yeah, I knew what you mean by that. Well, all living things suffer that same confabulation where they have to scratch an itch. It's just scratching an itch. It'll be fine. It's been fine. It's going to keep on being fine. You just wait and see. Working on that second tank emailed you about, says Todd. Wonderful. That's exciting. Doom Pie. Hey, Doom Pie. Let's see. Josh Foster says, if I do a Congo Tetra only tank, what happened here? Teleprompter. What? I clicked something. There we go. And I lost it. Lord. Resealing a tank. Oh, here we go. Josh Foster. If I do a Congo Tetra only tank, could I also throw in Corys, or will the Congo Tetra mess with them? The Congo Tetra will probably not know they're there, nor will the Corys know the Congos are there. Congos are a mid-water fish. They don't go much to the top or much to the bottom. They kind of hang in the middle of the tank, in the middle of the water column even. And Corys, of course, are languishing about on the bottom. Now, they don't stay on the bottom 24/7 because curiously, they can't take in oxygen through their gills, at least not enough. And so they will go scooting up to the top, release a bubble of bad air, grab a mouthful of new air, and dart back down to the bottom. And they'll do that, I don't know, maybe 50 times a day, maybe not that often. Maybe every 10 or 15 minutes. What would that be? A lot. A lot. That'd be a lot. Maybe every half hour. Still a lot. That's the 50. So no, that would be absolutely perfect. You'll have two completely independent populations of fish living in the same environment. It should be wonderful. And if you set up your plants right, those Congo will start shooting eggs out and you're going to wind up with babies. I guarantee it. It'll be great fun. Sounds good to me. I think I might try to do that. What else? Greg, have you ate any fish yet? I was filling a container with decapsulated. No, it wasn't that. It was rotifer. Filling a container with rotifer to sell it. We sell frozen rotifer. We're going to be marketing it online, as well as decapsulated hatching brine shrimp. We're just working out the logistics of keeping it cold enough to be able to ship it. We need to do it second day air so it doesn't get warm and stay warm for more than a day. But I think we're going to be able to pull this off. Anyway, I was filling the little 4-ounce cup or 6-ounce. I think it's 4-ounce. And got down to the end of it, and I had a little bit on my finger and put the lid on. And I went like this to lick it off. And Brenda, don't you dare do that. She picked up a towel and wiped it off. I really wanted to know what it tastes like. I mean, I fished like it so much, she would have let me though. She would have let me do stuff I really like to do like that. She's like a mommy. Mommy Brenda. That was fun. Am I down to the end? No, I can't. Did anyone see the fish doorbell? This doorbell already. Visitor bell. A visitor bell. This, of course, is VIS French or Latin for to see. Visual is it's derived from it. I added a few autocyclists to my tank, and they are absolutely loving eating the algae in my tank. Oh, they do. They do. Otto love algae. And they're a small little fish, never gets very big, never becomes a problem, an absolute workhorse. They are a delight in the tank. They're just on the move all the time. They're hungry and eating. Great, great cleaner fish. They're inexpensive. They're busy and healthy and happy all the time. You really need autocyclists if you have a tank of small fish. It's a great fish for a tiny tank. It's one of the few really good cleaners other than snails and pygmy cories. Now there's a match. Pygmy cories, pygmy puffers, autocyclists, and some nearite snails. Wow. Wow. Just wow. And maybe even some scarlet batis. Whoa. Whoa. There's so many really neat little tiny fish. We've been getting into some of the little rainbows. We just got some percatas. Oh, what a pretty fish. F-U-R-C-A-T-A. You need to look that one up. There are others that are just utterly, utterly stunning. Stunning little rainbows. Great for tiny little tanks, little biotype tanks. Fred Sikeen says, I had some blue-green algae growing out of my HOB filter. I just put all my nearite snails in, and they ate it all. Great snail eaters. Really, really are. The fish doorbell is live in the Netherlands right now. It's a webcam in a boat lock that films migrating fish. If you see a fish, you can push a button so the boat lock gets open. Oh, isn't that cool? Do post the link. That's just so neat. I think I'm down to, that's at the bottom. I'm all the way to the bottom. I'm sure I missed a bunch of stuff. I highly doubt the butterfly fish will eat algae. I highly doubt you're wrong. Yeah, butterfly fish are not going to eat algae. Sorry. Butterflies don't eat flowers. They eat the nectar. The nectar. They have a little, what's that? Straw, a little straw. It's a tiny little straw that curls up right under their nose, and they stick it out into right down into the flower, right down where the pestle and the mortar meet. Mortar and pestle. It's not what they're called. where the pestle is, right down in there. And there's a little tiny, teeny, tiny drop of sugar. Sugar, it's sweeter than sugar. It's actually, it's actually the flowers. The flowers attract it. It's what the flower puts out to get the butterfly and the other little insects to come to it because it smells so wonderful and it tastes so wonderful and it has colors that say, "Here I am, come eat my fruit." And they come down and they get down in there, and then the flower goes, and it shrugs here, and it shrugs here, and shrugs. And it's dropping little tiny pollen, little tiny seeds all over the bugs and the butterflies. But they don't feel it. They don't know it's there. And it gets on their legs and they get a belly full, then they fly off and go somewhere else. And as they do, the little seeds, the pollen is falling. And it's not just pollen, it's seeds as well. The seeds are falling. It's a combination of both. Depends. I don't want to get into it. Let's just say the seeds are falling, and they're making new little flowers to attract new little bugs and butterflies with their proboscis little straw that sucks up the sweet juices of a flowering plant. I don't think anything in the fish world is quite like that. That's interesting. No, not quite. There are some fish that have a long nose or a long mouth, whatever it is, and they wiggle it down like the elephant nose, the elephant fish. But it's really kind of a mouth, and it wiggles it down in the dirt and in the sand looking for little bugs and little worms, and it sucks them right up. What else is there that does that? I don't know. They're shrimp. They're shrimp that feed by fanning. They have these big, huge fans, and they're doing this all the time, fanning and collecting food, and then bringing it up to their mouth and eating it all. What are they called? I ordered some today, actually. What are they? Vampire shrimp? I don't remember. Oh, my fish give Fatheer Fish food 5 fins. Oh, is that amazing stuff? Oh, is it amazing? Oh, it really is. Nutra Preta. Nutra Preta. A cool flake food. How cool is that? Well, I'm going to tell you. It is so cool that it has all of the fatty acids, amino acids, all of the food value that's burned off when they bake all of the flake food at 375 degrees to the point where it turns to ash. And then they sell you the ash. It's true. Near about true. Near about as they can get. The only thing it hadn't done is turn black yet. Well, Cool Flake ain't like that at all. Cool Flake is a bunch of shrimp that are whipped up in a big soup. And they throw some garlic in with it. And they whip it up. And then they spread it out on a long, big tray. So it's just that, maybe half an inch deep, if that. Just 3/8 of an inch deep. And then they blow warm air, not hot air, warm air. Warm like maybe like a warm summer day, like a really warm summer day. Blow that over it, and all of the moisture is pulled out of it, and all the food value just stays there, and it's happy. And after about a day, it's dry. They do it until it's nearly completely dry. Not totally, it's still got some moisture in it, but it's flaky now. But it's a soft flake. It's not a hard, brittle flake. It's a soft, gentle, sweet flake. And they package that up in great, huge flakes like that. Big, huge flakes. And they ship it off to Fatheer Fish. And Fatheer Fish makes up cups, 8-ounce cups, with this wonderful food and sends it out to all of his fish keeper friends. And the fish, 5 fins, 5 fins, 5 fins. How many fins does a fish have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fish have 5 fins. Fish have 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 fins. Fish have 5 fins. 5 fins, says the fish. Whose fish are they? They are Adam Armbrusters. Oh, you got great fish, Adam. Great fish. I love it. I love it. What time is it? Are we crazy yet? We are nuts. Give you 5 more minutes. How's that? Yeah, but do. What's down at the bottom? Let's stay on the bottom. The food barely hits the water and that's gone immediately. Oh, no, it really is. Just there. It's the closest you can possibly get to live food. There isn't anything on the market closer to live food than cool flake. Nutripreta cool flake. It is a perfect fish food. And everybody eats it. Everybody eats it. It's amazing. And the thing about it is, you put a big flake in there, and the little fish will nibble away at it. It's like eating porridge. They take a bite out of it because it's soft. It's not hard and crumbly. It's soft. They take a bite out of it. The minute you put it in water, it softens even more. And it just is so easy for them to eat. And it's so filled with nutrition. It's amazing food, amazing food. And it's only available in very small supply because it is so time consuming and space consuming to produce it. Flake food, they make flake food by the ton, hour on hour. They bake it as hot as they can till they get it totally dried out, push it out, break it up, pack it, and ship it. And they're burning the food value out of it. Not with cool flake. Not with cool flake. Cool flake is dried to your satisfaction by the warmth of the sun. As warm as the sun on a summer day, drying it out so it reaches just that perfect state where it can be easily packed and shipped. Now, we keep it after, if it's going to be out for more than a week or so, we keep it in the fridge. That keeps it a little fresher. It does have a shelf life, but the shelf life is about 3 months, and I promise you it's going to be gone in 3 months. I think we're going to start getting some regular orders with folks. We'll come up with a cheaper way to ship it so we can ship it for $1 or $2. In fact, what we might even do is see if we can't set it up so that you can get it free shipping if you order it like monthly. I think we'll be able to do that. Let me work on that. Love the black-beard algae and it'll disappear. So says Doompot. Ain't it the truth? Ain't it ever? Alrighty, boys and girls, we're at the bottom of the hour. Big Bad, hello, hello. I'm not sure I can post a website, YouTube, blog set. Should be able to. Should be able to. Not the site, just the video. Just post the video. You don't need to post the whole site. Just put the link for the video in. Alrighty. Boy, we're getting back up there. We're at 45. This has been a great evening. Love you all. Wonderful to be with you. Let's see. I want to play you if I can find this. I don't think it's ready. We got a new song that is just next week. We'll play it next week. I'm sure it's. Let me look, but I don't think it's ready. If it were, I would have seen it earlier today. Any of you who know the song from a few years ago, Fatheer Fish got buried in his substrate. This is that song put to some AI magic that you can see the beginning of the idea on our newest YouTube video. I could play the beginning of that, I think. Let me see if I can get it up. Where's YouTube? There's YouTube. Okay. Where am I? Don't want to be here. Where do I want to be? I don't even know. YouTube. Okay, I know how to do it. We can show you the beginning of this. It's pretty cool. Channel. Whoa, what's going on here? I'm in it. What? What? How'd I get here? Oh. I don't know how I got there. Huh. Oh, okay. Hold on. Hold on. We're gonna get there. Let's see. I think I know how to do this now. Yes, here we are. Okay. Sorry, guys. Where is it? Did we do? All right, we got to get into another place to get to it. Bear with me here. I'm slow on the uptake. YouTube Studio. Is that where I want to go? That'll work. Dashboard. Okay, here it is. Let's see. It's going to let me play it from there. No, of course not. Channel. I could have had this ready. Dashboard. That's where I want to be, I think. That's where I am. Contact. Okay, I got it. I got it. I think. What in the world? Okay, now what I have to do is bring it up. Let's see. Ah. You ready? After all that, it ain't gonna work, probably. Oh well. Here it is. So one more time. There we go. Are you seeing this? Well, I think I managed to screw up the whole thing. I don't even know where I'm at now. I'm so befuddled. Gee whiz. Uh, I think what I need to do is get out of here. Well, that was nuts. All right, guys. Love you all. See you next Tuesday. Catch the new video. Go look at the store. See what you can find there to like a lot of really nice stuff. Love you all. Bye for now.